Dean Guerra. I have been teaching in Waller ISD for this is my second year here, my fourth year overall teaching. I teach Technical Theater 1 yearbook / journalism, Bulldog Broadcasting, which is like a movie making class, and then Principles of AV Technology, which is like an introduction to video movie making, also an intro to like theater technology, so like the light board and the soundboard type stuff. I actually was a student here at Waller High School, so I graduated here in 2009, and I went off to Wake Forest University and majored in theater and women's and gender studies. I came back always with the intent of teaching. I used to tell the teachers here I was going to come back and be a theater teacher, partially to scare them, but also because I love Waller. So I ended up falling in love with theater. I was here. I had great teachers. I had Brian Wood and Carrie Wood and Amy Wernig and some great teachers here, obviously, throughout the school. And loved it. So I wanted to come back and be a part of that group. But theater was definitely like where I found my home and my family. So I always wanted to come back and kind of instill that back in the next future generations, if that makes any sense. My wife and I love to go watch movies when we get the chance. We're big card players, so we're like 95-year-old people at any point in time at a retirement village. We play spades and pinochle. And we just love board games. We play Risk a lot. We play Ticket to Ride, which makes me sound like such a nerd. But fun stuff. Yeah, we're big game players. I would say like the thing that inspired me the most to be a teacher is really the family environment that I got. So I grew up at a children's home and in here I grew up Boys and Girls Country down the road, and it was great and I loved it. But I needed a family outside of what I had there. There was something I spend more time here, so. I found that family here with Brian and Carrie, and it made a lot of sense because, truthfully, they were a married couple, so it was easy, and they didn't have kids back then. So we really became their kids. So, and they told us that often, like they're like, "You guys are our kids." And so I wanted to come back and kind of have that family environment with my own kids here, and I do for sure, which is it's a good feeling because there are times you don't want to wake up in the morning and get here to work, and you get there and there are these kids that are so excited to be here and they're so involved and they're so invested, and I don't know how anyone could come in and not brighten up their entire life just by walking in a room with those kids. And I'm fortunate enough to teach kids that are super excited about being here. That's and I teach a fun class, so. I think my secret of success is investment. I'm a huge believer in investment for everyone involved. So by that, what I really mean is I think that it's so easy to come in and just work August through May, 8 to 3 or 7 to 4, or whatever the hours are, and go home and clock out when you leave. I work really hard to have relationships with all of my students and with the teachers here and with the principals here and the parents here. It makes me feel rooted, and I think it helps my kids realize that I care about them much longer after they leave my classroom. I'm rooting for you here. I want you to get an A in my class. I want you to do well. But I also want you to do well in real life. I want you to succeed in life. I don't ever want one of my students to walk out and think he was just a teacher. I want them to know that I'm on your side. And if you need someone in the future, I'm here for you. I mean, obviously, I'm not the person to call if you don't have a place to stay always. But if I see you there and you have a flat tire, I want you to know that I'll stop and help you. And I think that that's the real secret, right? I think that the secret to teaching in general is making sure that your kids know that you care about them. And not just on I care that you get your grades into me. On I want you to be successful in any way that I can help you be successful. If I have any other advice for teachers, it's that we got to help each other out as a whole. I think that it's so easy to feel like you are rooted by yourself in this community. I think that, and not just Waller by any means, but by education as a whole. It's easy to feel like you're the only one, you're the only adult in the classroom, you're the only person dealing with these kids. But I think that in real life, we have to realize that we have to lean on each other. It's a community, and you really can't do this alone. I can't tell you how amazing the other teachers are that I work with, and I sincerely mean that. Any of them could have won this, and I would have been so happy for them, because truthfully, they've all been there for me at some point in time. And I think that's the secret, is that we've all got to be there for one another when things happen, because you never know when it's going to be you. So I would say that if there was any other advice I would give, it would be to talk to the people in your halls and make relationships with them, and talk to the people who are 3 halls down and make relationships with them, and just talk to them about things that are going on. You never realize how much people are in the same shoes as you until you actually just get the courage to go up and say, hey, how you doing? How was your weekend? How's your kid? How's this? And it makes a huge difference, I think.